friends, welcome you back to this edition of Stock Recommendations aggregated by StockStar. Before going on to this week's fresh recommendations, first we will discuss the previous week's recommendation that we have presented in front of you in the last three sessions and what has been the progress on those stocks. We will discuss that first, and at the end we will discuss this week's fresh recommendations from different brokerage houses. So let's begin. So on the week beginning with 16th of July 2020, we had discussed recommendation from ICICI Securities, Coromandel International. I have captured the price as on 7th August closing for each of these stocks. I'll mention the target price as well as the closing price as on 7th of August. So first one is Coromandel International, where the target set by ICICI Securities is 855 and the closing price on 7th of August was 788.9. The next is Cipla, again recommendation date was 16th July from ICICI Securities, where the target is 750 and here we are close to the target. The closing price as on 7th of August is 728.65. The third recommendation also from ICICI Securities, where the recommendation date was 15th July. The stock was TCS. The target set is 2550 and the price as on 7th August is 2295.35. The next recommendation coming from Kotak Securities was Titan. The recommendation date was 13th of July. The target is 1215 and the price as on 7th August closing is 1091.05. Post that we have Equitas Holding, again a recommendation from Kotak Securities where the target is 100 and the price closing on 7th of August was 50.95. The next recommendation again from Kotak Securities is TCB Bank where the target is 50. The target should be 82 and the price as on 7th August is 83.25. So here we have achieved the target for TCB Bank. The next recommendation was Apollo Hospitals from Axis Direct. This recommendation came on 17th of July with a target price range of 1585 and 1615. This is another stock where the target has already been achieved, and this recommendation was 21 to 28 days, and within that duration the target has been achieved for Apollo Hospitals. The next recommendation was REC Limited where the target is 114 to 118 and the closing price is very close to that, is 105.75. Supreme Petrotech, another recommendation from Axis Direct which came on 17th of July. The target is in the range of 219 to 225 and the price as on 7th August was 180.65. The next three recommendations were from IIFL Securities, Carborundum Universal. The target is 293.88 and the closing price on 7th of August is 243.5. Bajaj Consumer Care, the target is 185.33 and we are very close to that price. The closing price is 182.35. Minda Corporation, the target is 101 and the closing price is 70.85. The last recommendation, as you can see on this slide, was from Edelweiss, which is Lupin, where the target is 950 and we are at 879. Coming to the week after that, where we had captured the recommendations again from the leading brokerage houses, and let me update you on the progress of those recommendations. Starting with the recommendation date on 20th of July, we had Indian Oil Corporation, which was recommended by Kotak Securities, where the target is 115 and the price as on 7th August is 86.4. The next is Relaxo Footwears, where the target is 679 and the closing has been 637.2 on last Friday. The third recommendation was SBI, and if you remember the last time also I mentioned that SBI has been recommended by two brokerage houses, ICICI Securities and Edelweiss at that point in time. The target set by ICICI Securities is 220, whereas by Edelweiss is 207, and the present price is 190.65 as per closing on 7th August. The next recommendation from Axis Direct was ITI. The recommendation date was 25th July. The target is 160 and the closing price is 134.85. Moving ahead, the next recommendation is PVR, where the target is 1190 and the price as on 7th August is 1127.85. The next recommendation from Axis Direct is Amber Enterprise. The target set was 1588 and that target has been achieved. The closing price as on 7th August was 1779.2. The next recommendation was Hindustan Unilever. Target is 2380 and the closing price as on 7th August is 2210.55. SBI, we have already discussed that the target set by Edelweiss is 207 and the closing price is 3.65. Now coming to the progress on the stocks which were recommended last week from the different brokerage houses, starting with KEC International, which was recommended on 27th July by Kotak Securities, the target being 342 and the closing price as on last Friday, which is 7th August, is 275.8. Birla Corporation recommendation date was 28th of July by ICICI Securities. The target is 685 and here also we are very close to the target. The closing price is 653.1. The recommendation given on 27th of July was Hindustan Zinc by ICICI Securities and there we have already achieved the target, which was 238. The closing price as on 7th of August was 252.95. Reliance Industries was the recommendation given by Axis Direct on 31st of July with a target of 2180. The closing price was 2146.45. The next stock that we are going to mention is Sudarshan Chemicals, and this is another stock where the target price has already been achieved. This was recommended on 31st of July by Axis Direct. The target given was 435 and it has been achieved. The closing price as on 7th of August is 448.5. The next recommendation, which is also from Axis Direct, which came on 30th of July, was Brigade Enterprise. The target is 155 and the price as on 7th August is 138.55. Same day, another recommendation from Axis Direct which came was Alembic Pharma, where the target is 1080 and here again we are very close to the target price. The closing price is 1051.15 as on 7th August. The last recommendation was from Edelweiss, which is Crompton Greaves Consumer Electrical, where the target is 284 and the price as on 7th of August is 260.5. Now coming to this week's recommendation, let's start with Kotak Securities. This recommendation came on 3rd August. The stock name is Bharti Airtel. Initiation range is 555. Target for the stock is 710 and the duration to achieve this target is 365 days, which is 1 year. The next recommendation came from ICICI Securities. Recommendation date was 6th August. Tata Elixir is the name of the stock. Initiation range is 975 to 992. Target is 1082 and stop loss is 930. The duration for this recommendation is 14 days. The next recommendation also from ICICI Securities is UPL, which is an open recommendation as of now, where the initiation range is 462 to 472 with a target of 560 and a stop loss of 420. The next four recommendations are from Axis Direct, the recommendation date being 7th of August for all the following four stocks. The first one being BPCL. Let me also mention that BPCL is a recommendation from Kotak Securities as well. The initiation range given by Axis Direct is 416 with a target of 441 and a stop loss of 413, and the duration for this recommendation is 5 to 15 days. In fact, all the four recommendations that we are going to mention from Axis Direct, the duration is 5 to 15 days only. The next is Relaxo Footwear. The initiation range is 639. Target is 657 with a stop loss of 633. The third one is All Cargo Logistics. Initiation range is 97. Target is 115 with a stop loss of 94. And the last recommendation from Axis Direct is Bombay Burma, where the initiation range is 1350. The target is 1460 with a stop loss of 1330. The next recommendation is from Edelweiss. This recommendation came on 3rd of August. The stock name is Cholamandalam Investment and Finance Company. Initiation range is 202, target is 285, and normally these calls from Edelweiss are for long term. They mention it as 1 to 5 years being the duration. Two more open recommendations from Kotak Securities are BPCL, as I already mentioned that Axis Direct has also given a recommendation on BPCL. For Kotak Securities, the initiation range is 420.15 with a target of 455 and a stop loss of 390. And the last one is Adani Transmission Limited, where the initiation range is 244.85. Target is 265 with a stop loss of 230. This is what we had for this week. I hope this is useful for all of you. Please do mention in the comment section any feedback that you would want to give us. Also, I would request you to download the Stockstar app, wherein you can guess the Nifty stock prices for any given day. You can go through the Stockstar app as well. It is right now available as in the Android app section only. I hope you stay safe, and we'll be back with fresh recommendations next week.